Hey, what's up? This is Dillio representing Dillio.t2k.com, and in this video I'm out in the field. I'm about to go do my run, but before that I wanted to take a moment and do this review of the Zhiyun SmoothX webcam gimbal. Now, if you're creating content on your platforms or you're shooting music videos for your artists as a music producer or anything like that, you want to have something that gives you some smooth video. And as you can see, this thing is keeping my phone level at all times if I turn smooth. So let's talk about why you will want to have this. The reason you might want to have one of these is so that a lot of the film stabilization that are in cell phones are really good, but they're not perfect. And oftentimes what I've noticed, even with this phone right here, and this is a OnePlus 7 Pro, is that when you're doing a stabilization mode, it tends to crop out and zoom in a little bit, so it can have some extra pixels to kind of move left and right and sort of kind of create a more smooth picture for you, or a smooth video for you. But with this, I can kind of shoot naturally, and we're going to show you some test footage of how this works. But this is the Zhiyun SmoothX, and this is my review of that product, and we're going to keep that moving. So basically what comes in the box, you got the SmoothX cell phone gimbal, and then you have a USB Type-C charging cable that plugs into this, and then you also have a tripod that screws on the bottom. You have a tripod mount on the bottom here that you can screw things into, so you can set up on a large tripod, or you can set it up on a small 3-leg tripod. You set it up on a table and put it wherever you want to, and it keeps your phone nice and stable without having to worry about it falling over or getting bumped around. The setup procedure is pretty interesting and actually pretty easy. Typically, when I try to work with a product like this, I like to just power it on and go. But unfortunately, you do have to register the project through an app. There's an application that you can get on Android or iPhone, and you have to download that app and then put in your information like email information, and then that app synchronizes and lets this know via Bluetooth that it's ready to go. And there's another reason why you have Bluetooth connectivity between the phone and the device, because you can control different parameters from the controller with the remote right here. You can do different things like that. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, right there. So you got different controls right there. So if I hit the M button twice, you notice that we go into vertical mode. If I hit that button again, we're back. But that Bluetooth connectivity enables you to tell the camera to start recording, to take pictures, or do all kinds of different things. So once again, it's very important to remember, if you want this device to activate, you do have to synchronize it first via Bluetooth through the app on your mobile device. Another interesting thing about this gimbal is that it's a 2-axis gimbal, meaning that you got both your left and right axis, and then you have your turning axis right here, where I can kind of turn it automatically with the joystick that's on this device. And this kind of helps you keep it labeled, but once you have it set where you want to go, it typically will stay where you want it to go. Notice it's a little bit crooked. If I can just tweak that a little bit, it snaps right there, and now it's ready to go. Not only is this a gimbal, but actually it can turn into a selfie stick. You can turn it out there, stretch that out, and now you have a stabilized phone gimbal that you can move around and shoot different types of content right there. You can turn left, turn right, extend it out. You can hold it out, do your selfies, or you can walk around and do different things. So this is if you want to take better selfies or better group pictures with your friends, or kind of get that low angle where you're shooting down low and trying to get that dramatic shot if you're trying to shoot a friend for their music video or whatever footage that they're trying to make for their platform. Also, this gimbal accepts hand gesture controls, which is definitely a new wave of technology where you can just do a certain pose or do a certain movement and the technology will respond a certain way. Now, I had kind of a hit and miss experience with that, but I did able to see it kind of snap to where I was at, but it still kind of struggled a little bit. All you have to do is hold up your hand like this, and it's going to identify your face, and you can walk around and move, and the camera itself is going to turn left and right following your movement. Okay, here's the handheld footage of me holding the phone manually with my hand, trying to kind of smooth out as best I can. This is sitting in my hand as I'm walking. As you can see, it kind of jitters a little bit. Those small little nervous movements of my hand, the muscles and all that, sort of kind of provide a little bit of shimmy there. And I'm trying to manually hold it as steady as I can with one hand as I'm walking with the next. Okay, so here's some test footage with the gimbal in play. As you can see, the up and down is still a little bit shaky, but the left and right and the leveling is pretty smooth. You can kind of see my footsteps as the kind of camera moves up and down, but overall still pretty smooth. Going along the trail, kind of smooth. So as you can see from the footage, there is a difference between shooting the footage handheld versus using a gimbal. One of the things that it does miss is the third axis, but you still get a pretty good shot. So here's my final thoughts on this product. I think it's a pretty cool product. It's nice and compact. You won't feel like this is a bulky thing to deal with in the airport if you're trying to go from one place to another. The price really isn't that bad as far as an entry-level gimbal point. Now, one of the things I did have issues with is that when I had my extra hard case on my OnePlus Pro, I did bump into the bottom right there. So you have a larger phone, you might want to make sure that the sizes are comparable or compatible with this, because if you have a large phone like mine, like OnePlus Pro, it will bump into the foundation here. So you have to be cautious of that. Of course, I would rather have 3 axes of gimbals to work with when I'm dealing with gimbals, so that this right there is not stabilized. So once again, if you're just trying to get started with making footage on your phone and you're trying to do music videos or things like that, I think this is a great place to start. Of course, I would rather have 3 axes to work with. So this axis right here, you don't get, but as you see, as I turn it that way, you do get some smoothing there and you do get some smoothing there. And that definitely helps give you more professional, more pristine kind of shots instead of having that shaky hand thing, which can be used for effect sometimes. So I think it's a cool tool to get involved with and to work with. So at the end of the day, I think it's a cool thing to get involved if you're trying to step up your filming game on your phone, which most people are doing anyway. So once again, I'm Dillio representing Dillio2k.com. This is for my review of the Zhiyun Smooth X cell phone gimbal. I think it's a lot of fun. And if you like stuff like this, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that likes, help this channel grow, help this thing move forward as we keep moving on this channel. With that, I'm Dillio. I'm out. I'm about to go do my run. I got 5,000 kilometers to go, 5K. It's time to get to work. Peace out.